Yo, 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 we live.
Yeah, we live, baby.
We live. What's good? What's good, everybody? I just like to get into it. I don't like to wait because it can always be played back, right? So
Yeah.
in the moment, you know what I'm saying? We in the moment. We here. We in this space, occupying this space right now. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to everyone for Catalyst Conversations. That's where we at on KSheaO's space. I don't even like to call it just a channel because we're channeling high vibrations and good positive whole frequencies on here. To all the newcomers, I want to say I appreciate you even taking the time out of your space to come and join spaces with us. It's truly, truly a dynamic place, and I'm glad you're here to share your energies and frequencies with us. I would also appreciate if you were to click that like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for any of the upcoming content that I am to post. I would really appreciate that. And to all of the ones who have been with me for a minute, I appreciate your dedication, your loyalty, and you always doing some energetic exchanges in this space with us and dropping some notifications and things in the chat. It really means a lot that you contribute to this space because this space really wouldn't be what it is without you guys. It takes all of us. It takes unity consciousness out here. You know what I mean? All right. Let me start by doing this. This gentleman that is on you guys' screen right now is such a dynamic individual, and I am humbled to be able to call him my brother. So, in high school, we used to be hustling on the corner with water and peanut M&Ms, fish fries, and you know what I'm saying, wing ding dinners at Martin Luther King High School, fundraising money just so we can go on trips, you know what I'm saying, utilizing our
Right.
talents, you know what I mean, just doing what we can, just moving and shaking. And just to see him from that aspect to now is such a phenomenal experience, just to see his growth, just to see what he's doing, just to see the type of person that he is, from the content that he posts to how he carry himself to the crowd that he always keep as company. It is truly amazing and such an honor just to see his journey. And I am thoroughly, thoroughly humbled to be able to call him my brother. And I want to introduce to you. Mrs. Miller did not play. You're
No, she
completely
didn't.
accurate, okay? She
No,
ain't
she
played no
didn't.
games. But I want to introduce to you guys my near dear brother, Kim James. I really do.
Thank you.
He
Thank you. That's
he's
a hell of an introduction, sis.
I'm telling you, man, he
Hell
is
of an
something
intro.
special. I have to share him with you guys and let y'all know how amazing he is, because like I stated previously, for Black History Month, yes, we have our Harriet Tubman, and yes, we have our Martin Luther Kings. And yes, they were so dynamic and they did pave the way for us. And I will never take anything away from our ancestors. But in
Right.
conjunction with those dynamic individuals from our past who created and paved the way for us, we have to give recognition to those who are doing great right now in this space. While me and him breathing the same air in this realm, in this space, I have to give my brother his flowers. I have to acknowledge his presence and the excellency that he operate in on a day-to-day basis. So if it's nobody who tell you about your greatness, bro, just play back this clip and just know that I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You come from an
I
amazing
appreciate you
stock.
too, man.
You have an amazing mom. You have an incredible dad. And I know you have an absolutely spectacular and beautiful wife. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you and your family and everything that you do. And to everyone that's out here, this is my bro, Kim James. What's up, man?
What up, though?
What up, though?
What
What's
up, though,
good?
man? Man,
So I
everything
know
good, man.
that's what I'm
Everything
talking
good.
about. You looking great. You looking
Thank
great as
you. And you
always.
looking good, man.
I
As
I
always.
I
As always.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. So I want you to share with the people about, like, what are you endeavoring in right now? What are your businesses? What are you a part of? Just let people know how amazing you are.
Um, well, first and foremost, like Keita said, my name's Kim James Jr. Um, I'm a junior. I come from amazing stock. Have my father's name upon me, but everything and anything music, man. That's me. That's what I do. By definition, I'm an artist manager, or just a manager, or slash A&R. I handle artists and repertoire. I also do a few other things, but I manage music artists, rap artists, R&B artists. Mainly, I manage a rap artist by the name of B Hood, like my little brother. And then I road manage an A&R for a Grammy nominated producer by the name of June the Genius. With B Hood, I run this label right here, Freshman Entertainment, a label and production company. I'm also a part of the Hit Cartel, which is a music collective. That's the depending on the chain there. So if you can think about anything that has to deal in the realm of artistry, recording, engineering music, um, making sure dots connect. That's what I do on a daily basis. My schedule is from when I wake up to when I go to no set schedule. It's not really planned. You know, I'm of course I plan my days, but it's not really a concise thing every day. Like, okay, I know this is what I'm going to do every day. Some days I could wake up and I might have to go from here to Houston and be back in 2 days. Other days I might be able to wake up and chill. So it just comes with the territory.
Absolutely. I mean, you get to set your own schedule because you're a boss. Period.
Yeah.
That's just the way that it is. You know what I'm
I'm trying
saying?
to be,
And
man. I'm trying to be.
you're not even trying. You're doing. Like you're
Yeah.
actually executing this just from you articulating how your day can go. It's never the same. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Because you always endeavoring in something. And I appreciate even just that snippet of information because for those individuals or those, you know what I'm saying, young men out there who are stuck or don't even know where to go, at least they can get, you know what I'm saying, some type of hope or some type of faith in knowing that it's somebody who looks like them who's out here doing it, who's setting their own schedule, who's, you
Yeah.
know, creating their own territory. You know what I'm saying? Who is plowing through their own lane and not looking at nobody else is trying to mimic their path, but you creating your own path and your own
Yeah.
journey and your own destinations. And I think that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? So if it's possible for him, it can definitely be possible for anybody else who want to endeavor in the same thing. So I appreciate that. I truly, truly
Definitely.
do. I truly
I'm
do.
sure I appreciate it too, man. I'm nobody. Like for real. Like I'm a speck of dust in this cosmos. I'm just trying to make it. Like and that's for anybody that's trying to do anything in life. Just
Hmm.
do it. Like just get up and go. Like don't worry about what's around you. Don't worry about who's saying what. Just get up and go. Cause every day we wake up trying to figure it out. Like it ain't.
Absolutely.
It is not no. Oh, this is the plan. This is the path you got to follow. Somebody can guide you. You know, they can give you advice, but they can't walk. You know, they can't walk that path for you. So you just
That's
got to
fact.
do it.
But with that being said, it takes a certain type of intuition and discernment for you to be able to trust yourself to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because you're not getting no guidance from nobody else. You
Yeah.
you you not waiting for nobody else to give you the blueprint to what they got going on. You
Right.
you setting your own tone. You know what I'm saying? You creating your own roadmap. And so I want to allow people to understand that it's possible. You just got to take
Yeah.
accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell myself, like I am the pioneer of my own mind. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like I am the one who is in control of my mind. It's not like I can, but like you know what? Let me go ahead and take my mind and hey, can you carry this for me and input the data that I need so I can utilize it for later? It don't work like that. This is
right.
you. This is your vessel. And with that being said, it's like you're rewarding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody give you
Yeah.
those rewards. Can't nobody do that for you but you. And you're going to be able to articulate it in the unique fashion of all the gifts that you're in possession of. And that's what make it so unique and tailor fitted for you. That's why you feel comfortable in what you're doing. Like you don't mind getting up and going to Houston and coming back in 2 days. You don't
Not at all.
mind, you know what I'm saying, managing individuals. You don't mind going out here and going the extra mile for people that you working with what I'm saying? And that's what I truly appreciate you. Because a lot of the times, I know from even when we was growing up, you will put a lot of people needs before your own just to make sure they good before you get to do what you got to do. And
Yeah.
you carrying that same thing now. You know what I'm
I
saying?
Truth be told, I never really saw it that way. Like it was just always me. Um, I think it was the lack of like not growing up with siblings that I was always just looking for an opportunity to just have camaraderie.
Hmm.
So it never really dawned on me that I was honing in skills that I would be using, right now. Like being able to give people advice, being able to help people map out plans for their careers, being able to point and click and put together whole EPKs or whole marketing strategies and things of that sort. Like that comes from just being a good friend. Like all of that starts with just being a good friend. And I had some really, really dope friends that I'm still friends with to this day, as you know. Like you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like that's where the skills was honed in at. Like that's where all of that comes from. Like so I was just blessed to be able to even just do it unknowingly, you know.
Hmm. You didn't even realize that you had all that talent well beyond music. Because I feel like your inner being and your character is what was produced in your talent, and you being the artist and you being the musician that you were. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I remember it'd be times that you would even create beats, you know what I'm saying, just to go with the rest of the band on your own, and you telling the rest of the percussion section what they need to play so that we
Hmm.
all get in sync with one another. Like people don't really realize what type of effort that takes, but it takes a certain type of drive, it takes a certain type of charisma, and it takes a certain type of talent and creativity to invoke those type of things. And that's
Right.
what you see play out in you being a musician naturally. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
your internal is like a direct reflection of your external, and that's a beautiful balance,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
No, that's a direct reflection of my parents. Like you said, coming from good stock. Um, my parents raised me to just be not only be a good person, but to be someone that people can count on, and to be someone that values being trustworthy and values character. Like I'm not gonna compromise my character, you know, for anything, anybody. And those are just the principles that I've had, my entire life. Even if I might have been in a situation that didn't look or bode well for myself, I tried to always make sure that I maintain my character, maintain my integrity, because, like you said, back in those days, honestly, when we was in high school in the band, I felt like I was just trying to keep up. Like we had so many dope musicians and so many dope people that we were around, that the level of competition that on a day-to-day basis that we had,
Hmm.
I really didn't feel like um I was like one of them guys or like a top dog until it was like 11th or 12th grade. Like ninth and 10th grade, it was just kind of like, all right, let me just keep up with these dudes. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Let me just keep up with Vail. Let me just keep up with Chris. Let me try to keep up with Shannon. Like it's
Yeah.
like that's the you know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff we trying to do. Like I'm chasing Warhead and them trying to make sure that I'm not forgetting cadences, because they doing the same thing that like we was all making beats. We was all
Yep.
coming up with cadences and coming up with our parts and memorizing whole scores of symphonic music.
Yep.
Like that stuff it came natural and it honed skills that we didn't know that we was gonna have. But man, it was just like being like I cherish those days so much because of what I learned, like the stuff that I still keep with me till today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the same here. I can't even lie. I think being a musician has a direct influence on how I am today in like so many realms. And
Yeah.
I just give like a couple, right? So first it's like being a team player and being a quality team player, not just
Yeah.
being a number or a body occupying space, but actually, you know what I'm saying, projecting myself in a way to where I can complement everybody else so that we can create something bigger than ourselves. And
Right.
that's music. You know what I mean? So just like how you said, I felt the same way too, especially, coming in as a crab dog, like coming
Yeah.
ninth grade, G, like I felt like I had a whole lot to do and I had some big shoes to fill. So therefore, I got to step it up. But that taught me to never be comfortable in mediocrity ever. You know what I'm saying? And by that being ingrained in me so young at that time, it's like it's embedded in my subconscious. So now that's how I'm activated all the way throughout the way that I do business now. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
can't contribute, you know what I'm saying, like just a piece of me. It's either all or nothing. There's no like in between to it. So either you get none of me or you getting the best of me, period. And if you can't handle the best of me, then I will politely go to other territories to where I match. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to
Right.
just deal with anything. So that's one thing. And then the second thing was like being a leader, like actually truly being a leader, and then seeing those like, you know what I'm saying, with me. Like I stated previously, like in one of my other lives, um, when I became drum major, that was a large responsibility for me, because it's not that it's like, okay, first I got to lead these people. I got to
Hmm.
lead them to where they have morale and they want to produce music, but also want to produce it with one another. But then I have to step it up, because I don't want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking at these people. I want to feel like we doing this together. Like, so it
Right.
wasn't just me being, you know what I'm saying, like just the title. It was more like I'm a big sister and they have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to do my part in order for us to come together as a collective and make this thing work. So, with that being said, it's like when I got in leadership roles as I got older, or even now, it really, you know what I'm saying? It touches my heart and it takes me back to that time, because I don't want to be that type of delegator to where people feel like, oh, she's either a micromanager or she's leading behind the scenes, or she just
Mm.
doing this just to be a t-shirt wearer and just to have the title. I never wanted that stigma. I always wanted to make it feel like I'm with y'all no matter what. We're here together. I'm we creating music together. We're doing this thing together. We going out together. Everything we did was together. Like it seemed
Right.
like we was always together. So
We
I
was.
always wanted that. You know what I'm saying? It's
We
like
was.
literally. I always wanted to make it feel like we're family. I didn't want it to make it seem like I'm just this um just authoritative figure. No, that never went into my head. It was more like family,
Yeah.
so
No,
yeah.
we were definitely always together.
Mhm.
The family aspect got built up. I just feel like it got built up quick, especially early, because you remember those early King Band days. There wasn't a lot of us.
Right.
You know, we had 28
Right.
people in the band in the middle of it, between 28 and 32. Like we was floating between that, and 11 of them played percussion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's chopping the band in half right there. You know what I'm saying? And then
Exactly.
with us, it was always from Funky Foe to anything else. Like it was really like Funky Foe against the world at one point. Like
Yeah.
because when we came in, like we came in pretty deep, and you and Alan was the elder statesman. Like, and we had older people in the section that wasn't Funky Four yet, which was a weird dynamic. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then we go from that to everybody's Funky Four. We
Yeah.
all here together. You drum major, the best drum major we had during my time at King,
I appre-
hands down.
I
Okay, like
appreciate that.
I love my other guys to death, but they wasn't key to Shay. All right, like they wasn't key to Shay. We gonna leave it at that. But
That mean a lot.
it,
I appreciate
no,
that.
for real, man, because the a lot of the times, like you will hear people say like, "Oh, you don't know what you had," you know what I'm saying, or you might not know how good you actually were. Like I wish that you and a few other people were able to kind of stick around. Like, I wish y'all didn't graduate earlier than we did, so y'all could kind of see some of the fruits of the labors that y'all put in. Because by y'all being a little bit ahead of us, by the time we got to our senior year, and it was like the Nova Scotia trips and bringing back 8 trophies from nationals and
Mm.
all of this, just cumulative, what felt like a championship year almost. You know what I'm saying? Like our
Yeah,
senior year in high school kind of felt like a championship run.
y'all
And it
was
was just
killing
like,
it.
yeah, like we really, what I'm saying? Like we really put it down. And for us to be able to come and like y'all was a part of that. Like y'all was the people that showed us how to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all laid that blueprint. Like so it was if not for y'all, if not for y'all being who y'all was, you know what I'm saying, where would we have been? Like
Man,
for real.
that's so dope. But and you know what? And I received that. And I'm working on receiving. I received that, but I have to drop these gems. A blueprint wouldn't be nothing without execution. A blueprint
Mm,
is just a blueprint. The thing is, y'all gave it definition.
yeah,
Y'all had 8 whole rewards coming from
yeah,
nationals.
yeah,
That's not an easy feat. You know what I mean? You know how some people they have instructions and the instructions to sit there and collect dust because
yeah,
nobody's following them through. Like instructions don't mean nothing if you ain't got quality people to actually carry it out and actually bring it alive.
yeah.
Y'all brought it alive. Just like you said, it was only a couple of us and we was doing the best that we had with what we could. But after we left, it's like the stories and everything and me coming back and just seeing how y'all operate, it made me mad emotional. You know, I start tearing up in a minute, like, oh my God. Oh, real quick. So I was just like, y'all are amazing, G. Like y'all are true musicians. You know, it's other bands that be out there and they just be playing these fly by night notes just to do something. But y'all
Yeah.
actually put your heart into it. It's like you could feel the music. You could just feel the atmosphere, just the energy. Like my ears could be closed, but I could just feel the vibrations in the band room, and that's what would have me on 10. You know what I
It's
mean?
it's what we was taught, man. Like,
Yeah.
and it's what I tried. Like, for the life of me, I wish I had more time to be able to pass down some more of what we learned. But from Miss Miller to Kyron to you,
That
to Travis, like we had people that wouldn't accept any less. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the standard was set whether we knew it or not. Like you had to meet the standard, and we wasn't gonna play around with it. You know,
absolutely.
and we didn't. We was it was one of the best things that happened was it was so many crabs in the drum section our ninth grade year when we came in because collectively we was all just like we don't know what we don't know. So and we all just had that same mindset of look, we trying to be in this section, we trying to do this together, let's get it done.
Right.
And we put our head down and we went to work, but we loved it.
Facts.
Even the days that even the days where people was, Kyron was getting on our nerves or
Greetings,
Allen was,
greetings.
you know what I'm saying? Like Allen was doing something that we just drilling us over our head, beating us over our head with cadences. Like it didn't matter. Like the love at the end of the week, when whatever that performance was or whatever gig we had in the middle of the week, you know what I'm saying, that was coming up, the love for it, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, that's what kept us going. Like seeing y'all go off to college, that's what made us know, oh, we can go. Like it was a foregone conclusion. Like it was just, oh, we just gonna pick a school because the skills gonna get us there.
Right,
Like
right.
most of us without man, I love Miss Miller so much because without that lady, I don't know where I'd be.
Man, I'm
Honestly,
telling you, if if prior to you coming into Miss Miller's program, you wasn't a hustler, you left out one.
you
And I'm
learn,
not
you
gonna
learn.
just say hustling like just with the whole peanuts and M&M on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, but like hustling in all aspects, hustling to be your best self, especially through music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like she was always on the music theory. She was always on our head about exhibiting our best. She will
Yep.
always let us know if we was doing a half ASS job and we need
Mm-hmm.
to step it up. You know what I'm saying? Like she produced excellence out of all of us, and I have to. It's absolutely imperative that I give her her flowers because of
Most
all the
definitely.
programs that she done ran over the years, so many individuals that she has molded, so many lives that she has changed and saved.
Yeah.
That little woman alone,
She saved my life. She
man.
saved my life and so many of my friends' lives by just
Yes.
not allowing us to have anything but the utmost accountability.
Yep.
Like
All the
I
time.
I I always tell people like I watch like do you I don't even know if you remember this,
Hmm.
but I vividly remember the day that Alan, Chris, and Norvell all quit the band.
I think I
And
kind of remember
we
that.
ended up at your house.
Uh huh.
Me and you ended up at your house in your basement. It was your senior year in high school. And we was just sitting there at the end of the day, like, what we gonna do?
Right.
Like,
What is going
we
on?
don't have no section. Like, we just lost all three snare players. And one day, Alan was talking about transferring to Osborne. I don't
I
know what
remember that. I
Vail
remember
and them
that.
was off. Whatever. I don't even remember what the cause of it was, but I
Yeah.
just
What
remember
pissed
that.
everybody off? I don't
I don't
remember.
know what pissed it. I just remember being there like, okay, what we gonna do? And the next morning when we got to school, like some of the emotions had calmed down and some of the sting was off. And like at first wasn't nobody talking about going into the bedroom, but then Chris kind of trickled in and Norvell kind of trickled in, and then Allen was still like had his transfer paper. He had went and got his transcript from the office. Like he was signing the paper. He was just waiting. He got to the part where all he needed was Miss Miller's signature. And she came over. I was sitting right next to him, and I'll never forget it. She came over to him and she grabbed that paper and she ripped it up in front of his face. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Can you hear me? What's going on? What about now? Let me check this out. Yeah, my output is my phone. I don't know. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you all of a sudden.
What about now?
There you go.
All right. Cool. There we go. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
But
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I was saying, you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I said that she came over to him and she grabbed that paper that he had in his hand and she ripped it up. She ain't say a word to him. She just ripped it up and she threw it in the trash and then she started practice. And I looked at and I was just like what y'all like gonna grab the drum? Cause I mean, you here, you might as well. And he grabbed the drum and we start playing.
Yeah.
That was that. Like
Yeah.
it didn't even take, like I just knew we just lost our whole section. I just knew for a fact like it was a wrap. Like everything done.
Yeah.
We wasn't
Yeah.
gonna have this lady was just like, yeah, I'll let y'all get y'all feelings out. But you ain't going nowhere. Like
Right. It's
pretty much.
okay. Right.
It's,
You can feel the way you want.
and she did that time and time again with so many students thought that they was gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be big and bad, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna transfer, I don't need you, whatever the reason was, they all ended up right back in practice the next day.
Right back there. Exactly. That's a
So
different type of love, dog. Like that's a different type of love for the craft. That's a different type of love for it's family. Absolutely. Like that's a different
yeah,
type of loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the channel was the music. The frequency is the respect that we have for one another. And
Yeah.
it's like we could be up there arguing, you know what I'm saying, one day, and then like in an hour or so, it's almost like the even happened and we just go right back to how we were
All the time.
all the
All,
time.
every I probably argue with a different person on every trip. I know me and Norvell arguments is famous. Like
Y'all stay getting into it. Y'all
we
stay getting
they
into
get
it.
to it, but you can't find anybody closer to me.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
My brother and I love him to death. Like, but we used to go at it.
Hard too. It used to be wild.
Like
Yeah,
that's how I go. That's how
yeah. That's really how it be. And the thing is, it's like those relationships and those values and everything that we cultivated in that time, it still is with us. Like it's nothing that never changed. It if anything, it has matured to a point to where we can exude those same characteristics for others who weren't there, you know what I'm saying, when we were growing up, but they can feel that and they can learn from it. You know what I mean? And I see that in all of y'all all the time on Facebook, whether y'all hear from me or not, because I'm good for taking a hiatus. But
I.
when I do, for real, I would get off of all social media and disconnect quick, and then just come back in like a year or something. I don't know. It's just something that I do to get myself together. But
Yeah.
when I do come back, I always see amazing content. I always see evolution. I always see growth, and it makes me feel so good that, you know what I'm saying, I had the opportunity of having the honor of even crossing paths with y'all, much less building a relationship to the point to where I'm even on here with you today. I have a discussion session with T Bean on Friday. I
Mm,
have another one with Shannon on Saturday. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's like the level of respect mutually that we all have for one another. This is not nothing that you can purchase at Amazon and get it in Prime days. No, baby. This is something that has been, in the works for a minute. So that's why I truly value our relationship. I truly value the love and respect that we have. I truly value the creativity that y'all have been able to hone in on, that y'all have developed, and now y'all cultivated into strong men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strong, dynamic men that others can look up to. And I just want everybody to be able to see how amazing and how talented that y'all are, and let people know that it's possible. It's
It's
out here.
it's very possible. It's definitely out here. Uh, I know how rare it is to have the group of friends that I have and the circle that I have.
Hmm.
I thank God for it almost every day. Every day that because it it's not easy to be in a position where I got 6 or 7 different guys that I can call on at any given moment, whether that's advice, whether that's financial help, spiritual help, um, or just simple, the breeze. I can count on any one of them guys to pick up the phone for me at any given time, and it really do mean the world to me because when I look around, a lot, associates or people that I know, I watch them go through their relationships. Like, hell, I watch my wife struggle with so many friendships and her like just keeping friends. And it's not like she's a bad person. I just watch people be terrible human beings to her and her not stand for it. You know,
Hmm.
so the guys that I'm around, like I can't even look at on I can't even count. I can't even start to count if anybody's ever stabbed me in the back because they haven't. I can't look and see if anybody ever did something shady to me because they haven't. It's never a situation where I asked for help and I was made to feel like I was being a burden or I was made to feel like they really didn't have my best interest at heart. Them dudes will move hell and high water for me and I'll do the same for them on any given day. that's just God, man. Like, I'm just thankful for it.
Absolutely. And it definitely is. And with that being said, that element of the God is also embodied in y'all,
Yeah,
because it takes a certain type of emotional intelligence to be able to be amongst other men and not feel like you're in competition. You're in constant competition with them, or
yeah.
not feel like, oh, you're jealous and envious of somebody else's journey or trip. So therefore, do I need to amount myself to be something so that I can keep up on a level with them? It's like, I feel like the atmosphere that we grew up in has definitely molded us and molded y'all to be able to have that such strong relationship, because y'all have had that strong foundation through music to be able to help y'all to be, and not even help y'all, just contribute to who y'all naturally already were, to
Yeah.
be who y'all are together as a collective, as men. You don't really hear too many stories like that nowadays, to where it's a group of dynamic, creative, successful men growing together, seeing each other through y'all successes, able to call each other at 2 in the morning if something don't feel right in your soul, and you can without any opposition or feeling no type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That takes a high level of emotional intelligence, and I commend that about y'all, because it's a lot of men out here moving the complete opposite that I see every day.
Honestly, and this is just for any relationship. You can't be scared of having uncomfortable conversations. And
Facts.
me and my friends, for better or for worse, if it's gonna be an uncomfortable conversation, it's still gonna be had, and we gonna laugh after, you know, and we gonna go right back to how we was after. It's not gonna be no animosity. It's not gonna be anything hanging over anybody's head. It's not gonna be a situation where somebody feels as if, oh, he won't say that to my face, or no. Everybody will say whatever. Nobody's scared of anybody because it's not even that type of. If we have to have an uncomfortable conversation, it's simply because we want to right this wrong in our relationship before it turns into something else. Before it has the opportunity to set roots and seed into something else that now it's been grown and it's out of our control, and we ain't, you know, like, before that happens, no, we gonna sit in this room, we gotta squabble it out, or we gotta just have a yelling match. It is what it is. We grown men, and we done known each other. You know, this is 20 plus years of friendship. I know your mama, I know your daddy, I know your brothers, your sisters, your kids, your aunties. I know everybody, whole family. So you do something wrong to me, I'm gonna tell you, mama. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, you say wrong. All right, you do wild stuff to me, I'm going straight to your mama, and we gonna be sitting
Absolutely.
down having a conversation about you. All right,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. That's wild. And you said so many profound things. And I truly appreciate you saying that. The thing is, I'm gonna point that out. You was like, you would talk to them and y'all gonna hash it out. Do you know how many relationships or situations have fell to the wayside because they could not conjure up the ability to have a strong intellectual conversation, and they both were on opposing ends. They didn't see eye to eye. You know how many relationships fail because of that, because they can't take constructive criticism.
right,
They have the fear, like this insatiable fear of rejection or somebody telling them what to do. And it's like they ego just jump in the way and snatch a beautiful relationship that they done had for years with a person away, just based off of one argument or disagreement. You
yeah,
know, that just shows me like you didn't have the mental maturity to be able to face what you needed to own up to. So
right,
therefore you just ran away from it. But for y'all to be able to have that dynamic and telling each other about themselves because you care about them. That's the only reason why that you telling them about themselves. Because if you didn't care about them, you wouldn't care enough to tell them like, nigga, you wrong, or
Yeah,
my bro, you wrong.
for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that was wrong in the mug. So you need to go ahead and check yourself at the door before you even come through here, before we have a conversation. You know what
I'm
I mean?
I'm thankful that they like they'll tell me if I'm wrong
Yeah.
quickly, like quickly, and I'll do it for them in a heartbeat. Like, hey, bro, you out of pocket,
Right.
like real, because we have to. If you don't have anybody in your life that you can give the space to check you, then
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm gonna just pray for you
Right.
because it's nothing but checks and balances. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to make sure that we are staying centered, that we are kept in check. Like especially in the in the industry that I'm in, they have this saying where it's people like, "Oh, don't came from." You know what I'm saying? Oh, he went Hollywood. He got, you know what I'm saying? He too big. He too big headed. And one of the biggest things that I always try to make sure, like I'm nobody. I know where I want to be, but I want to make sure that when I get to where I want to be, I still have room for my guy to check on me and to be in my life the same way they are. Because
Absolutely.
I can get to where I want to get in my life and have everything that I want to have, if I don't have the people there that I wanted to share it with when I had nothing, it wasn't worth getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
it's
true.
just you know what I'm saying. So that's just how I look at it, man. Like it's got to be the collective or nothing. Like you know what I'm saying. Like that's just what it is. Like
That's real. And you cultivated that environment not to have a bunch of yes men around you because the quality of individual that you are. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all about the company that you keep. You know, the quality of the company that you keep is a direct reflection of the quality of the company that you keep within yourself, because it's all about what you digest. And I'm not talking about anything on food or something of drink. No, what you digest in your mind, what you digest in your spirit, what you digest, what you looking at. You know what I'm saying? The conversations that you digest, all of that come into play within your internal health as a whole. You could sit up here and call yourself a vegan, but still have all this toxic BS
yeah,
infiltrating your being, and you wondering why you attracting all these adverse relationships. It's because you sitting up here, you contributing yourself to all these adverse events. So how are you to expect anything greater than what you're involving yourself in?
right.
So that's how you know you involving yourself into quality relationships, quality people, quality conversations, and quality creativity, because y'all have the ability to create with one another. I know y'all done created some dynamic stuff with one another, and that's through y'all emotional intelligence. Y'all not being yes men. Y'all, you know what I'm saying, being seasoned in y'all relationship from day one, and y'all having a mature mindset. Where
Yeah,
can you find that at? Really?
man, it's not out here in droves, but a part of me believe that it's definitely still out here. I mean, I know it's still out here because of the guys that's behind me. You know what I'm saying? And in my corner, the same way I'm in theirs. But it's
Mhm.
you got to be able to. You got to be around people that's gonna stand on something, man. One thing that I'm definitely happy to see is the shift. It's been a shift in like our conversations. Like I vividly remember when our conversations was about band, girls, games, and now the conversations are about children and fixed rate mortgages and CDL licenses and um, LLCs, things of that. It's just like it's dope to see, and it's dope to witness because, like you said, it's not a lot of out here. Like that's just being, openly displayed, openly showed. Like they want you to believe that, um, you know, they'll show 20 people getting LLCs, but they won't show you how to. have how to leverage your business credit, and you know what I'm saying, how to build your business credit score. They want you to pay for that information or whatever, or they'll show you somebody, you know what I'm saying, they'll show you 2 guys or 3 guys that's been friends for a minute, but I can literally show you 7.
Literally, easily,
Like,
easy.
you're not gonna find that everywhere. And like I said, I'm gonna harp on it 10 times out the day. That, you know what I'm saying. I thank God for that, man.
Absolutely. And it's I'm gonna piggyback off of something that you said that is absolutely valid in today's time. Like they will show you step by step, A, B, and C, how to get a student loan,
Yeah,
but they'll be reluctant to show you how to get a business grant. Like if you going out there trying to figure out how you can get this grant or how you can get some business funding, it's like you have to dig. You
yeah,
have to have these, you know what I'm saying, these connections in various places that's not easily reached. But if you want to go ahead and get that student loan, baby, you could pull that up in the blink of an eye and it's right there. It's like the
quick.
the 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 wavelength for you to hop on to succeed the way that you want to, tailor fit it to your own creativity, is not, that's not written out. The blueprint is not out for that. But what I do appreciate about Detroit, and with the compliment of music, is like whenever an adversity or something like that where the path hasn't been paved and you can't easily locate it, we have been built to be able to have the barometer of success within us, just period. So instead of us going and trying to chase these type of dynamics and avenues, we attracting them because this is ingrained in our being. So it's almost like as soon as we conjure up a thought, it's like the frequencies that we emit to want to attract these type of things to us, it's almost effortless for us to be able to seek this, whether it's through like the rich friendships and family that you have, that comes to you or that you already in possession of, or the information from a stranger where they be like, you know what, I can help you out with this, and you like, dang, I was just thinking about this the other day, and then I just met this individual who can help me out with it. This is not a coincidence, absolutely
No,
not.
not at all.
It's what you emitting, the frequency and the high vibes that you are emitting. It's like it's your reflection out there that you see that's coming to you, and I truly appreciate that, and I'm glad that I can endeavor in this type of conversation with you, and we can express it like this on this level. It means a whole lot, like more than you know, for real.
No, man, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, appreciate you reaching out, appreciate having this conversation, and like piggybacking off what you said earlier. Detroit built us for a lot of things that I did not know I was gonna need, you know. But by the time I left and was out of the city for 6 years, I used every tool that Detroit gave me. Like every tool that was in my box that I honed from 18 years of being in the city, it was definitely put to the test. It was definitely used, and I thank this city for shaping me and molding me the way that it did. Because man, we didn't have a lot. Like I thought we had a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely had a lot, especially me growing up in the environment that I grew up in, which was a little bit more affluent than some of my friends and some of my counterparts. You know what I'm saying? Like I just thought that we had everything that we needed, and then I went down south, and it was just like different. I gotta, not that I gotta be somebody else, but I have to learn a new version of myself in order to be able to maneuver through this brand new world that, you know what I'm saying, I'm thrust into all of a sudden. But Detroit prepared me for that. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and catching the bus from Finkler Evergreen to King, you know, you gotta be outside in all of them elements.
Absolutely.
Like
Year round.
year round. You want to get to school out. We wasn't getting dropped off, though. Like all of the and most of my from the west side. That's what's crazy. That's the other part. Like we was riding our bus route. It used to be like every 15 or 20 minutes, somebody else was getting off the bus. All same bus. Like we all used to almost ride on the Finkel bus. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Taking that route, it was like picking people up in the morning and dropping them off. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got home. So like that type of grit that you had to have, and then you know what it's like to go to high school. So you,
Absolutely.
everything you learned from that, take that on. Like I don't know how you could fail. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do appreciate everybody that's out here checking in with us and enjoying this dynamic space with us, because I know I'm definitely enjoying it. This is definitely an amazing conversation. Um, a little bit more into that, it's like I sometimes get a little bit upset and perturbed with the bad rep that people try to put on Detroit. You know what I mean? Like they try to make Detroit just seem like it's the ultimate slums. Like no good products can come out the D. But I beg to differ on
Yeah,
such a high level on everything. Like don't sit up here and just think like everything that you see on TV is real. You know what I mean? Because if you didn't come from, this environment, there's no way that you can really speak on it, because it's been so much amazing, beautiful things that has been cultivated out of Detroit. So don't
that
let TV fool you into, you know what I'm saying, this type of stigma like Detroit is something that it really isn't.
we
You know what I
spent
mean?
we spent so much time in college defending Detroit.
What?
It just like when people hear on the news what they choose to see, what they families tell them, you know what I'm saying, about the city. I always made it a point to like bring people from Pine Bluff or Memphis or Chicago or St. Louis. Like I always made it a point to bring them here.
Yeah.
Like y'all done heard everything in the world about this city.
Yep.
Come, like
Yep.
come be here. Come see,
Facts.
feel the energy of the people, eat the food, listen to the music, and then you might realize how much y'all stole. That's
Let them know something, bro.
might realize how much you has been taken, how much has been pillaged, but it's okay because
Yeah.
so y'all
Mm.
will be surgeons that's coming
It,
out.
exactly. Exactly. And that's why I felt it was so imperative for you to create this segue into individuals' minds, whoever is watching this, for them to see that it's so many beautiful things, so many dynamic and fundamental and phenomenal things can come out of Detroit.
Yeah,
So many more than you could ever imagine, no matter what the media paint, no matter what nobody think, no matter whatever stigmas and old outdated paradigms that they try to put on us in the city. It's not that. It's
yeah,
absolutely not that. So it's like you can believe what you want to believe, but
yeah.
it's like I know my truth, you know your truth, we know what we've seen and been through and heard and done, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. If somebody were to offer me something else versus what I've experienced, I would have to rock with what I experienced. Hands down. There's no way that I would want anything else, because that's what made me who I am all the way around.
I couldn't be from anywhere else, man.
Absolutely.
I couldn't see myself calling any other place home. Like I brought my wife here. I planted my roots here. When I graduated from college, my first thought was gonna go to LA or I was gonna go to Memphis. So I was either gonna try to get a job with Sony or I was just gonna take this teaching job that I had already had lined up. And I ended up just not doing any of that and came home because what I saw was an opportunity to be a part of the resurgence. Because what everybody was saying after 2008, 2009, everybody, oh, Detroit is dead. Oh, and then the bankruptcy happened, and everybody was just like, hey, it's like they washed their hands with Detroit. You know, I came back here in like 2011, 2012. The city was just like so dark, and it was so not like desolate, but it just had this energy over it where it was everybody in here was just trying to figure it out, and to see where it is now, to where it's more money back, it's more jobs back. A lot of the things that were here when we were kids are starting to show their faces again. You know, a lot of the companies that left and took jobs out the city, they finally starting to come back and starting to bring those jobs back, boosting the economy and keeping some of these knuckleheads with not so many idle hands. You know what I'm saying? Sets of idle hands. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a beautiful sight in about the next 5 to 10. Like, to see what this city really, really looks like. Because if you're from here, like you are, you really, really born and bred here, you gonna want to see what's cooking. Like, you gonna be a part of it. Like,
Absolutely.
not something you're not gonna want to have your hands in. You know?
Absolutely. The evolution is absolutely evident. And I can definitely identify and resonate with what you're saying. It's like, I appreciate Detroit's growth. I appreciate it overcoming what it has, and it still managed to bloom through the concrete, G. Like, no matter what, Detroit always, produced greatness. No matter how gloomy it looked, no matter how times may have seemed like, dang, how am I going to get out of this? Or what's going on with Detroit? What is happening? Why do I see this here and see that there? That's not the same when I came back. When I left, it was totally different. Why am I seeing like just new territory, period? And I had to look at myself. At times you have to tear stuff all the way down. You got
Yeah.
to rip it all the way down to the ground in order for you to start off fresh. You know what I'm saying? So you can build yourself back new and build yourself back greater with stronger foundations. You know what I mean? And only the strong can survive that type of switch and dynamic and that type of ebb and that flow. And that's the spirit that Detroit brings.
Yeah.
And that's what it's embedded in us. Like, no matter what the situation look like, no matter how tough it may seem right then and there when you in the thick of it, always know and rely on the fact that you can always come back even better. It's almost like the rubber band effect. The farther that you pull it back, the farther that mug can be launched. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's why I feel like they haven't even seen the best of Detroit yet.
Oh,
It's emerging. It's being created. It's like, just like how I was in my cocoon phase. I can definitely identify with that because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You this caterpillar, then you become this butterfly, but it takes that cocooning. When you in a cocoon, it's like you broken all the way down to you like in this jelly state, in this gel state to where it's like a mush. But then it's you have to mold yourself in a sacred place, and I feel like Detroit is in that mode of being sacred and building itself back. It's going through its own, you know what I'm saying, own challenges whenever it should be, but it's going to come back even better. Like, that's just the way that it is. Bro just went out. He gonna come back.
I'm still in here. I'm trying to
Okay, okay.
top
Yeah, like,
the camera real quick.
it's just gonna come back just better and more dynamic, dog. Like, I just see it. But I just appreciate everybody being in here. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I appreciate just the whole dynamic of what y'all contribute to this space. Because, like I stated previously, when we opened up, this session, that this space would not be what it is without y'all being here. It would not be what it is without y'all being here, and it truly it helps me. And in conjunction with what you said, it's like you got to get, and I keep saying this. I think I say about every live that I go on. I have to get uncomfortable.
Mm.
I have to get uncomfortable in order to understand my successes in every avenue. And I feel like that's the same with Detroit. Yeah, it's getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It already went through that stage, and it's in its build up stage right now. You know what I mean? So it's the same with me. So that's why it's like I can identify, and it's not just like a body of land versus a person. It's just the energy. I can feel the energy when I enter into Detroit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like I can feel that just radiating on like a high level. So
pop.
I truly appreciate it.
No, it's definitely palpable. That's something my granddaddy used to say. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. He
Yeah.
used to say that all the time in practice. Like
Hmm.
that's the only way you can have growth.
Absolutely.
But like it's literally the only way. Like you can't grow or achieve new goals or reach new heights without being uncomfortable. So yeah, like you got to push yourself, man. And that's Detroit. The one thing I love about this city is if you're weak, you're not gonna be able to make it here.
You're not gonna be able to survive. Facts.
You're not gonna be able to survive here. If you're looking for the easy way out,
Don't
it's
come.
people, it's people here that's making $100,000 a year on their job that have side hustles.
Yes.
You need it here. Like you
Absolutely.
have to do it. Like it's not even a question. Like I never saw my parents just work a job. Never.
Absolutely.
Never saw them just do one thing. And no adult in my life coming up did I ever see just do one thing. It was always, oh, they work and they do hair. Or they work, they, you know, they got a car washing business or they run a candy store. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
You better tell them something, bro. You better
it's
let them know.
you gotta hustle here. Like we a hustle city. It's gonna be that forever. But
Absolutely.
people that's really born and bred here, that's in you. That's a part of you. Like you don't have to search deep to find it either.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, the Detroit will pick you apart quick.
Yeah.
It'll pick you apart quick. I'm telling you, it'll really teach you some things about yourself that you didn't even know that you was in possession of. And I'm truly grateful for my parents even coming here. You know what I'm saying? Migrating to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And having us be here and grow up here. You know what I'm saying? Just being here, like it's a beautiful thing, and I would never trade it for anything in the world at all. And it means like so much to me. Um, but what I want you to do, bro, is tell everybody your socials. I'm gonna drop your socials in the description box too, because they have to follow you, support you, and see your amazing journey. They have to. Let them know something, bro.
They can follow me on Instagram at Kim Jeezy, KIMJEEZY. That's like my calling card, my business card, everything. If you want to know anything that's going on with me, it's gonna be on Instagram. That's for sure. So at Kim Jeezy, follow. You could go to my website freshmanent.com. Keep up with everything that's going on with Freshman Entertainment. Yeah, that's what we. What Norvell say? Detroit.
And yeah, look. Hey, he said Detroit be having me feel like Bane when the when the broke Batman back.
Stop this.
For
Yeah,
real. Hey, Norvale, you about to be up next. I'm gonna hit you up real soon, man. For real.
hit bro up for sure, for sure. Cause he doing some dope stuff too.
I
He
know
doing
he
some dope.
is. I know he is. I appreciate this conversation, bro. I appreciate this from the bottom. Like I put that on everything that I love and believe in. Like it really it touches my soul and it means a whole lot to me, like for sure. And I wouldn't trade this space and this moment in time for nothing in the world. This is the type of stuff that you cannot buy. And I was like, you know what? I have to support my bro in any shape, way, form, or fashion in your business endeavors, because that's the way it's supposed to be. That's how we're gonna raise, you know what I'm saying, this consciousness in the collective together. It takes unity consciousness. It takes all of us together. No man is an island. You know what I'm saying? It takes all of us to do this, you know what I'm saying, on a bigger, more quality effort. And I just, it was in my heart, you know what I'm saying, my heart, my mind, my body and soul, to have you on here, just for you to express your story and the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Because it's not many stories like that. And I need people to get inspiration, but I need them to get inspiration from quality people such as yourself. So I commend you. I applaud you. You are amazing, and continue to do what you're doing because you're doing one heck of a job. You know what I'm saying? And only you can do that job. That's why it's so unique and tailor fitted to you, and you inspiring so many, including myself. So gratitude, an abundance of gratitude to you and yours forever and always. Respect.
That's, like I told you yesterday, like what you doing is beyond dope. And any way I can support, I never tell you no. I'ma always tell you, you know what I'm saying, that it's up, it's on the flow, like we can do whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I just thank you for even wanting to give people their flowers because we need more of that. We need more, you know, more people giving pats on the back, encouraging words, everything.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that for sure. So, everybody, I want y'all to have a wonderful rest of y'all night. Y'all make sure that y'all get some good rest so y'all can wake up in the rising, invigorated thoughts, something inspirational from this live, just to move you forward, to catapult you. If you feel like you stuck in any way, just run this vid back, run this session back, and see what gems you could take away with you. Write them down. You know what I'm saying? Create mantras out of them. Create words of affirmation out of them. You know what I'm saying? Build your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, build up your vibe so you can attract your tribe. You got to build up in you first to know who you are first. You know what I'm saying? Build up that intuition, build up that discernment, build up that loyalty for self. Master you first. And when you master you, you start summoning other masters to come around you. And that's how you able to build your tribe, such as my brother. You know what I'm saying? Such as myself. You know what I'm saying? So I just truly appreciate everyone once again. And y'all take care. Sign out. Peace.